Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or hi, my name is Stacy if you're new here. So for today's video, I wanted to do a Sephora VIB sale recommendations video, but specifically on holiday sets that are at Sephora. So these are all about holiday sets that I picked up and that I was specifically interested in and that I would recommend. I love holiday sets because I feel like they get us into the holiday spirit earlier, and they're a great bang for your buck in terms of getting the most amount of product for the least amount of money. So you already get the items in a holiday set at a discount because of the set price, but if you can get them during the Sephora VIB sale, you would get an added discount on top of that. So that just makes it even more worth your money. But also, I just wanted to mention as a caveat of getting sets with a bunch of things in them is that you should make sure that you like at least like 90% of the things in the set. Otherwise, it's not actually a good steal if you only like one or two things in the set, because then you're just paying the whole set price but only for those one or two items that you actually like and are going to use. So just keep that in mind while you're shopping sets, because I feel like it's really easy to get caught up in the discounts and sales, but just make sure that you actually like the products that are being discounted and are on sale. This applies to the Sephora VIB sale too, because otherwise it's not actually a discount and you're just wasting your money on things that you don't like and aren't going to use. So yeah, this is kind of going to be like a bunch of mini reviews of the holiday sets that I picked up, and I'm also going to include try on demos of each set so you can see what they look like on my face. So if that sounds good to you, then just keep on watching. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, because it really helps on my channel. And yeah, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so first off, we have the Rare Beauty Mini Soft Pinch Liquid Blush Trio. The set retails for $25 and you get 3 shades, whereas the individual full-size blushes are $20. So you're getting a great deal here. Also, you get 2 set exclusive shades. There's Peace, which is a dewy soft apricot, and Hope, which is a dewy nude mauve. And these are set exclusive. You also get the Bliss shade, which is a matte nude pink, which is already in her permanent blush line, but I think it's one of the most popular colors and I think it's a great color. The Rare Beauty liquid blushes are really pigmented, yet they're still blendable and they're super long lasting. In the demos, you can see I used basically about 2 dots for each cheek and it's already like super pigmented on my cheeks. And these are already like lighter colors, so you know that they're really pigmented. I love these Rare Beauty blushes because it's a super long lasting blush. I really like the colors that came in this set because they're lighter shades, so it's good for my skin tone. But I also think that they will show up on deeper skin tones just because these blushes are so pigmented and you only need the tiniest bit. Also, I think that the Rare Beauty blush formula is perfect to get in minis because you're literally never going to get through them because they're so pigmented. So to get 3 of them in a set for a little bit more than the price of 1 is a great deal, I think, especially if you like these colors. Up next, we have the Pat McGrath Divine Blush and Glow Trio. So there's 2 versions of this trio. There's the Amber Allure one, which is the one I have, and then there's a Galactic Sun one, which I don't have because I had already bought the Galactic Sun blush shades individually. Those are Divine Rose and Desert Orchid, but I got the Amber Allure ones in this set because it has the shades Love Struck and Paradise Venus, which I didn't have already. It also comes with a new highlighter that's Venus Nectar. So yeah, Love Struck is described as a berry pink demi matte. Paradise Venus is described as a terracotta demi matte, and Venus Nectar I would describe as a bronze toned highlighter. This trio retails for $52, which is amazing because one full-size Pat McGrath blush is $38 and you're never going to go through the whole thing. So Pat McGrath blushes are my current favorite powder blush. You can see it in my top 5 favorite blushes video, which I'll leave in the cards. The blushes are quite pigmented, but they start off sheer and buildable on the skin. And they also have a very smooth and blendable formula, so that means they'll work for basically every single skin tone. And most importantly, they do not look like powder on the skin. They don't feel or look dry, and they don't completely take away the glow underneath, which is extremely unique for a powder blush in my opinion. Also, I was scared that the highlighter was going to be too dark for me because obviously this trio was not created originally for my skin tone. But I found that the highlighter actually does work for my skin as long as I use a light hand, and it gives like a beautiful bronzy glow. And yeah, it actually doesn't leave a dark cast as long as I don't like pack on the pigment. It's definitely meant for darker skin tones, and if you have a darker skin tone, it'll look beautiful on you and you don't have to be super careful with it like I do. But I will say, like, if you do have a lighter skin tone and you wanted the deeper blush shades of Love Struck and Paradise Venus, I think the Amber Allure trio will still definitely work for you, even though it wasn't like intended for you. So yeah, I highly recommend this trio if you like the specific blush shades that are included in it, because it's way better than picking them up individually. And yeah, Pat McGrath's blushes are one of the best on the market. Up next, we have the Patrick Ta Major Headlines Blush Palette. So she was iconic. She sold out and was restocked and sold out and restocked like so many times on Sephora and on the Patrick Ta website. At the time I'm filming this, it is back in stock on both, but that may change because at least earlier the situation was changing really fast. And actually the way I was able to pick this palette up was in my local Sephora in person. So if it does sell out again online and you want this palette, I definitely recommend just going to your local Sephora or calling them up and asking if they have it, because I normally don't shop in person and I didn't expect it to be there, especially since it's so popular. They still had quite a few of these in stock at my local one. Just keep that in mind if it sells out again. But anyway, so this palette retails for $58 and you get 3 blush duos or 6 blushes total, whereas his individual cream and powder duos are $34. And it's a great deal if you like these colors specifically. So we have the colors She's a Doll, described as a poppy pink. We have She's Vibrant, which is described as a bright orange pink. And we have She's Baked, which is described as a tanned mauve. So in terms of my opinion on this blush formula, I have always loved this formula since the beginning. The Patrick Ta cream and powder duos are also in my top 5 favorite blush video. If you want to see it, I'll link it somewhere. So these blushes are unique because they're actually intended for you to put the powder down first and then the cream on top, which is kind of backwards from what we're normally told to do in makeup. But this method of applying these blushes just makes it look super natural and glowy, yet allows it to last a super long time on your skin, and it just brightens up your face. Also, as for the shades in particular, normally I don't like super bright blushes. I'm definitely a nude blush person in general, but I find that these blushes are quite wearable on my light skin tone as long as you use a light hand. I think this palette is a definite must-have if you have a deeper skin tone. If you have a lighter skin tone, I think you'll definitely enjoy it if you like vibrant blushes specifically. If you prefer more natural-looking blushes, I'd recommend looking into his regular range of cream and powder duos because they have more subdued colors. I would also recommend this palette if you have never tried his cream and powder duos before and want a kind of like sampler set, because you get more colors for a better deal, and this formula is the same as his regular ones, and the formula is just perfect. Again, one of my top blush formulas ever. So next up we have the Tarte Best of Blush Mini Amazonian Clay Cheek Set. The set retails for $39 and has a $75 value. And also keep in mind that one full-size Tarte blush is $29. So again, a great deal. In the set, you get 4 blushes and 1 highlighter. There's Exposed, which is described as a nude pink. Delight, which is described as a deep rose. Captivating, which is described as a bright peach. Charmed, which is described as a bright pink. And Fantasy, which is the highlighter and is described as a rose gold. So I really like these blushes because they're matte, but they don't completely flatten out your face. They definitely blur your pores, and they don't fade throughout the day as it claims to have a 12-hour wear time. I also particularly like the tones of these blushes as they're all more nude, and even the brighter shades I find look more subdued on the face than you might expect. I'd say that these Tarte blushes are really amazing for lighter skin tones, and I think that they'll still work for deeper skin tones since they're buildable, but I feel like it will show up as more of a nude blush on deeper skin tones. So before buying this set, I had actually never tried Tarte blushes before, even though they're like a cult classic. So I thought this was a great way to try out the formula and also get the most shades for my money. And in general, I think blushes are perfect to get in the mini size, which is why I'm recommending so many of these blush sets, because there's usually still a substantial amount and it takes forever to go through just one blush. So getting a bunch of mini blushes just allows you to get the most variety for the least amount of money. But yeah, so I would recommend getting these blushes if you want to try out the Tarte blushes, or if you're already a Tarte blush lover. It's a great set to have. Okay, so next up we have the Kaja Superstars Best of Kaja Eye, Cheek, and Lip Set. So this set retails for $41 but has a $69 value. It comes with a full-size Beauty Bento eyeshadow trio in Smolder Season, which I would describe as a very neutral tone trio of 2 shimmers and 1 matte. And then there's also a full-size cheeky stamp blush in the shade Saucy, which is described as a dusty mauve. And we also have 2 mini Gloss Shot hydrating lip glosses in the shades Milk Tea, which is more of a light nude pink, and Pink Drink, which is described as a rosy pink. So I really like this set because you can basically do your whole face with it, or at least the colored products for your face. I've always loved the Kaja Beauty Bento eyeshadow trios, and I have almost all of them. The glitters are so fine, yet they're really eye-catching, and I always get compliments whenever I wear them. I also just wanted to mention that the glitters might have some fallout, but it's nothing crazy. Just wanted to mention that if you really care about having like any fallout whatsoever, then I would recommend doing your eyes first. As for the blush, I'd actually never tried out the stamp blush before from Kaja, or the glosses before this set. I love the stamp blush. Isn't the heart stamp so cute? It's a bit gimmicky, but I love that it's both adorable and still blends out wonderfully. It actually looks beautiful on the skin and has a natural glow, and the shade is also really pretty. As for the glosses, I feel like they're actually really nourishing on the lips and they have a very high shine finish. They're not sticky and I love the shades that come in the set. It's more of a thicker gloss formula, but I find that it like smooths over my lips and it feels very hydrating. So all in all, it's a great set if you want to try out some more things from Kaja if you haven't tried them. And I think that the price is perfect for the amount of stuff you get. And I like the fact that you can basically do your whole face with it. Okay, up next we have the Fenty Glossy Posse Fantasy Foursome 4-piece Gloss Bomb set. It retails for $38 but has a $52 value. So this set comes with one full-size cream color gloss bomb in the shade Candy Milk, which is a new nice rosy pink shade. And then you get 3 mini gloss bombs in the shade Fenty Glow Fantasy, Hot Chocolate Fantasy, and Champ Stamp Fantasy. So all of these shades are set exclusive, and the fantasy shades have extra glitter in them in comparison to the regular gloss bombs, but you definitely don't feel the glitter on your lips at all. I think anybody who's a lip gloss lover owns Fenty glosses. They're definitely one of the best gloss formulas on the market because they're so non-sticky, but they still have a really high shine finish, and they feel very hydrating on the lips. And also have the iconic peach vanilla scent, which is pretty unique. I like that it's more fruity than other lip products on the market. I had never tried the cream gloss bomb formula before this set, which is a part of why I wanted to get it in the first place. I actually really like it because the shade is surprisingly pigmented, but if you put a thin layer, it gives a very nice but noticeable tint of color to the lips, which I usually prefer because I have paler lips. I find that that's pretty unique for a lip gloss, and I also think the shade is really beautiful. I also just wanted to note that the scent of the cream gloss is different than the scent of the regular gloss bombs. It's nothing too weird, but I just don't like it as much, but it's not like strong or anything. As for the 3 fantasy shades, they're super stunning. They have a sheerer color and a peach scent just like the regular gloss bombs, but they have that extra added sparkle. The Fenty Glow Fantasy and Hot Chocolate Fantasy have fuchsia glitters in them. It still looks pretty natural and wearable. On the lips, just kind of adds an extra shine. My favorite from the set is definitely Champ Stamp Fantasy. I would buy this if it came in a single. It's a super angelic champagne sparkly color, and I think that it adds the most shine and sparkle to the lips. But all in all, it's a great set if you like the Fenty gloss formula or if you want to try it out for the first time. I think that they're perfect shades for the holidays, and I love that you get more for a lower price. Okay, last up we have the Sephora Sparkly Clean Makeup Set. This set retails for $36 but has a $92 value. It comes with a mini Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas Featherweight Protective Primer in the natural finish, a mini saie Glowy Super Gel Lightweight Dewy Highlighter in the shade Starglow, which is described as a universal champagne, a full-size Merit Flush Bomb Cream Blush in the shade Cheeky, which is described as a cool pink, a full-size Milk Makeup Color Chalk Multi-Use Powder Pigment in the shade Hopscotch, which is described as a champagne, a mini Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara in Classic Black, and a full-size Tower 28 Beauty Juice Balm Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Mix, which is described as a nude pink. This set was my first introduction to most of these products. I find sets to be a great way to try out products that you haven't tried before but that you're interested in because you get them at a discount. I really like the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. It feels nice and hydrating on the skin, and it seems to smooth over my base without having the silicone-y feeling that a lot of primers do. I like the saie highlighter, but with some caveats. I prefer it more so as a glowy primer to put on under foundation. So it has a very watery gel-like consistency, so it's definitely not going to work over every type of foundation. I feel like it adds a very subtle and natural glow as a highlighter, which is why I prefer it more as an all-over glowy base product or as a product to mix in with foundation to make it more glowy. I really enjoy the Merit Flush Balm. It has a very thin texture on the skin and looks like watercolor, yet it still retains the pigment, and I don't find it to fade too fast for a cream blush. It definitely adds a dew to the skin, but I find that if you apply it with a brush, it's actually less dewy than if you apply it with your fingers. If you apply it with your fingers, it can get very glowy and dewy, so it kind of depends on what finish you want, but I like that you can kind of like manipulate it. I don't really feel it on my skin when I apply it with a brush, and I love that it makes my cheeks look really juicy and healthy, and I love the shade. So the Milk Makeup Color Chalk in the champagne color is nice, but it's nothing mind-blowing in my opinion. I used it as an eyeshadow and as a highlight, but I prefer to use it as a highlight because it adds a noticeable glow to my skin without looking artificial. But I find that the chalk is a little bit too subtle to be used on my eyes for my personal taste in eyeshadow. But if you like a pretty subtle glowy eye look, you might like this. The Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara is actually more lengthening than volumizing in my opinion. It's a nice natural looking mascara that still defines the lashes, but it doesn't really work for my extremely straight Asian lashes, as you can see in the demo. Through the years, I discovered that I have to use a waterproof mascara. If it's not waterproof, it's gonna uncurl my lashes even after I use a lash curler on them, no matter what. But despite that, I'm actually able to curl my lashes after putting on this mascara to get it to look the way I want, but I don't really like doing that because it's not good for your eyelashes, and it's kind of more work that way. So yeah, it's definitely not my favorite mascara because of the uncurling that it does to my lashes. But if you already have like any sort of curl to your lashes, I think it would be very nice natural looking mascara on you. It doesn't flake or smudge either. So lastly, we have the Tower 28 Juice Balm, which is the first time this product is being sold ever. It hasn't come out individually yet. So this is an extremely hydrating and emollient lip balm. It kind of reminds me of the M Cosmetics lip cushions if you've tried those. I really like the shade and the tint that it gives your lips, and also it has a very shiny finish, like almost as much as a lip gloss. So yeah, if you want a very nourishing, hydrating tinted lip balm, then this is definitely one worth trying out. So anyway, my final thoughts on the set are that I love that you can get basically a full face of clean beauty out of this, and most of these products are complete wins for me except for the Milk Color Chalk and the Ilia mascara, but I feel like they would work for certain people who are more into the natural makeup look. But yeah, I feel like those were just okay in my opinion, but the rest of the set is absolutely amazing. So even with those two okay products, I still think the set is a great bang for your buck if you were already interested in most of these, and it's a great way to try out clean beauty. I hope that these mini reviews and demos were helpful. And the Sephora sale starts today, November 5th, for VIB Rouge, where you get 20% off. It starts November 9th for VIB, where you get 15% off, and it starts November 11th for Insiders, where you get 10% off. All of these sets that I'm mentioning here are the ones out of all the holiday sets that I saw released that caught my eye and I feel like are the most worth your money. Again, I just wanted to reiterate that you should only buy the sets if you like or are interested in most of the things that come in the set. If you are, then it's a great steal. And with the Sephora VIB sale coming up, you just get discounts on top of discounts, so it's definitely a great time to be shopping these sets. I also think that these would be great gifts for the holidays. You really can't go wrong with any of the ones that I mentioned in today's video. So yeah, that's about all my thoughts. Thank you all for watching. I hope that this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to thumbs up if you liked this video, and leave a comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this because it really helps out my channel. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.